Hello world, my name's Skoz, and this is going to be the first of first of a series of review videos that I'm planning to do. And I felt like doing this because I had a new album. I've had a new album delivered recently, which I've been pretty excited about. It's the first album from Adam Darsky, also known as Nergal's side project, I suppose, if you want to call it that. Me and That Man. Now, this was announced a couple of months ago, and it's just been released. I just had it delivered yesterday. Didn't get a chance to listen to it yesterday, so I'm going to listen to it for the first time today, and thought I'd do a review of it. So, I've been pretty excited about this for a while. When Nergal announced it, he sort of put out a couple of press releases and that sort of thing, and his words were, "It's not for fans of Behemoth." He thinks fans of Behemoth will hate it, and it's been described as country, folk, blues, and I have heard one song from it, My Church is Black, or This Church is Black, something to that effect, and really liked it, really liked it. It's been ringing around my head for the last week or so, so I pre-ordered the album. It was delivered yesterday, and I am very excited to listen to it. These sorts of review videos, and especially music reviews, I feel like it's important to know what the reviewer likes. So for me, as you can probably tell, I'm a big fan of Iron Maiden. I do also quite like Behemoth. I have The Satanist, I have a few other albums I've listened to. So I quite like metal, but equally, Nergal has name-checked Nick Cave as an influence on this, and I'm a big Nick Cave fan. I also quite like Vintage Trouble. I've seen them a few times. They're sort of a blues, rock and roll kind of band. So I'm really excited to hear how this kind of comes together. Apparently John Porter, the other man on the album, he hadn't really listened to Behemoth before joining up with Nergal to produce the record, and I'm just quite excited to see how this comes together. It's been described as imperfect, as well, I don't know. Let's have a listen. Well, let's open it first. Cool. So I actually bought the limited edition book pack, which comes with bonus tracks. Let's go ahead and get it started.
My church is black, my blood runs cold. The sun won't shine for me no more. For me no more. Oh my Lord, it's death I can't afford.
Okay, so I just got done with my first listen through of Songs of Love and Death, the album, and wow. In some ways what I was expecting, in some ways very much not. It's very good, very good. It's the first thing I need to say. Definitely something worth checking out. I could definitely feel a lot of different influences. Not especially feeling much metal influence in there, which is kind of a good thing. It's nice to see a change in direction from Nergal and everything he's been involved in the past. Lots of very good songs on there. Not one that I think I would say was bad. Certainly some, I don't want to say better than others, a few standout tracks. I think the ones I'd probably pick would probably be Cross My Heart. Is that the one? Looking at the lyrics to remind me which ones was which. I was paying more attention to the lyrics than the names of the songs, but I'm pretty sure, yeah. Cross My Heart and Hope to Die, and My Church is Black are the ones that have been sort of released before the album, and they're definitely very good. I can see why they picked those. They definitely give you a bit of a flavour for the album. But one that I just heard for the first time that I really enjoyed was track 10. Let me look it up. Yeah, track 10 was Shaman Blues. So track 10, Shaman Blues. Very much, I wrote a few little notes here when listening to it. Slow, definitely sort of outlaw country, rock sort of things there. I was getting feelings of kind of Johnny Cash, Stevie Ray Vaughan. Definitely in the guitar, feeling Stevie Ray Vaughan. Really, really enjoyed it. Also had other sort of like almost like kind of swamp blues, Louisiana type things. Had that kind of stompy blues, the more kind of John Lee Hooker type feelings there. A real kind of variety of influences on this album. The extra tracks that you get with the book edition, definitely worth listening to. I can see why they were maybe not included. It definitely felt towards the end of the main track listing that it felt like one kind of cohesive thing. Not as if it was one long song or one sort of multiple part song, but definitely one thing that made sense as a whole. The extra songs, I felt like they would have been a bit incongruous with that kind of feeling. Not that they are very different, just they are probably better on their own as an extra thing or as a B-side to a single or something than being in the album itself. The first one was kind of more kind of upbeat than a lot of the songs on the album. It's kind of more of a kind of Bob Dylan feeling. Although there were some songs in the middle that gave me a bit of a Van Morrison type feeling as well, more slightly upbeat, more kind of a folk type feeling there. The last song, the very last extra song, it doesn't actually give them names on here, but the very last extra song, what would be track 15 on the book edition of the album. Very kind of slow, atmospheric, definitely kind of getting feelings of sort of Push the Sky Away era Nick Cave, where they had the sort of big, slow songs, whereas the other songs that I could feel like kind of Nick Cave influence were more the kind of early days, the sort of kind of murder ballads type era, but definitely worth listening to. I also wanted to take a moment just to talk about the book edition itself. While the music is obviously the main focus of the album, you can't just ignore the packaging it comes in, and it's a really, really nice book. It's kind of typical affair. It's hardcover. You get the kind of book edge along it. Sits well with the rest of the CDs. Doesn't look out of place at all. We get some really nice photos and artwork and things. You know, that sort of profiles of the band and sort of lyric sheets here, which I really like. I really enjoy sitting, listening to an album and reading through the lyrics of it. And when they make it a little bit more artistic like that, it really adds a little extra to it. And you get extra little notes sort of written along. I'm not sure if maybe they were notes originally from the lyric sheets when they were first putting the songs together, anything like that. I'm not sure, but it's a nice little extra thing, and it's definitely going to be taking a nice place on my vast collection of CDs here. But yeah, you get some really, really nice photos and really something worth looking at. So I am definitely glad I paid the extra. I think it was £4 for the book edition and the extra tracks. Definitely worth it. So if you're thinking about it, go and get it. Highly recommend it. If you want to listen to something first, I would probably say listen to Cross My Heart and Hope to Die. I think that gives you the best impression of the album, and if you like the song, definitely get the album. If you're not sure, maybe listen to a few more of the songs. You may like some, you might not. I mean, music's not for everyone, but I think in Nergal's words were love it, hate it, but don't you dare miss out. And I think that is definitely very apt. But overall, a very, very good album. Definitely something I'd recommend to probably people with a bit more of a varied music taste. You do have to kind of appreciate the sort of blues and country type sort of things. If you can enjoy sort of Johnny Cash, Stevie Ray Vaughan, but also things like Nick Cave. I'd say if you like Nick Cave, definitely worth a listen. It is a little bit darker than Nick Cave, a little bit heavier in places, but that's not to say metal. Definitely more sort of guitar oriented, but very, very much recommended. Don't really want to put a score to it because 4 out of 5 feels too low. 5 out of 5 for the right person, it's definitely a 5 out of 5. For me, it's somewhere between 4 and 5. Let's leave it at that. But definitely very, very good. This has been Skoz and my first Skoz review. If you liked it, let me know. I'll be reviewing a whole bunch of different things in the future, albums and shows and things, but hit subscribe and like and whatever you really want to do, and I'll catch you next time.